Okay, this video is going to be about refurbishing this Magneto a little bit. It's not going to get a full rebuild, but I just do not like the sound of these bearings. They feel very stiff. I know a Magneto should be stiff, but I think this is even too much. So I'm going to pull this thing apart, take a look at the bearings, see if I can just grease them up. Also, I'm going to clean up the pickup. I should have a gasket for that, so I'm going to pull that apart and clean it up. I'm going to lap the taper on this so it makes a better connection with the gear. I'm going to replace the old worn out spark plug cable, and I'm going to clean up the points. Also, I think I need to mill down this to be a little bit flatter. It looks like we're starting to get a little ovalized right here, and some of the metal's protruding a little bit, so I might have to make some new shims because the one that was on there was pretty gnarly. Well, that's pretty nasty. So we've got the dynamo up here and the Magneto down here, and the dynamo runs off of this gear. Everything looks good, no broken teeth. This should be fiber, I think. So next up, I'm going to remove this nut right here.
My baby, she's gone. I don't know what to do, what to do, what to do. Well, my baby, she's gone. I guess she's gone to stay.
There's the race in there for this side. So here's this side bearings. They're pretty old grease in there. The locating screw right here probably would help if I took that out. Oh, that is pretty nasty.
Well, Adam and Eve strolling in the garden all alone. Well, love bugs flying from tree to tree, trying to find a place to build a home. Well, the bug bit Adam and the loving began, soon scattered over the land. Well, everybody needs a little loving now and then, and they're gonna get it if they can. Well, everybody needs a little loving now and then, and they're gonna get it if they can. Well, everybody needs a little hugging now and then. Honey, let me be your man. Well, if you just say alright, starting tonight, then I'm sure you'll understand. Everybody needs a little loving now and then, and they're gonna get it if they can. Simple as can be, a lot of folks don't understand. Well, you take an old maid, nearly decade old age, she could really love to beat the band. So when you start a little hugging, don't you start in this shoving. Let me be your loving man, cause everybody needs a little loving now and then, and they're gonna get it if they can. Well, everybody needs a little loving now and then, and they're gonna get it if they can. Well, everybody needs a little hugging now and then.
I'm not really seeing anything alarming. I mean, the bearings are probably could use a good repack here. Alright, other than being very dirty, I'm not seeing anything alarming. So I'm just going to go ahead and start cleaning this up. I've got acetone, brake cleaner. See how clean I can get this.
3 hours later.
Alright, without going too crazy, here's everything cleaned up. Before I assemble this, I'm going to take that to my granite countertop block back there and kind of just sand that down a little bit. I didn't want to go too crazy with it. I just wanted to take down some of those high spots. I almost forgot that I was going to lap the taper here, so let's do that now. I'm going to use some light grinding compound. And we're just going to work it back and forth. That might be all it needs. Make sure I wipe that off. See, he's got a pretty good lap on it. Inside of the taper looks good too. So just now I need to just clean this off pretty good. Alright, time to repack these bearings here. Push that in there as good as I can. Also put a small amount on the race on the inside. Time to do this side.
I love my baby, she loves me. We're never late cause we wanna be there.
Light them out here.
Bopping and a wheeling. They're moving and a grooving at the late Saturday.
Alright, I put this together a couple times, spun it a few times. And every time I pulled it out, I filled the pockets back up with grease. So I think 3 times is good enough. Put it in there. Oop. Get our shim.
All them Kit Kats go so fast, I never know if I'm gonna last. Bopping and a strolling, bopping and a wheeling. They're moving and a grooving at the late night Saturday ball. When we go and do the pop, yeah, we gonna make like a bunny hop. Bopping and a strolling, bopping and a wheeling. They're moving and a grooving at the late night Saturday ball.
This one is the first.
All them Kit Kats go so fast, I never know if I'm gonna last. Bopping and a strolling,
I think that's the missing screw.
bopping and a wheeling. They're moving and a grooving at the late night Saturday.
I went through my Magneto spares, and when you know, I had a big old bag full of spare nuts and bolts. So I believe these are the same as the other side. So I can replace that missing screw.
They're moving and a grooving at the late night Saturday ball. They're moving and a grooving at the late night Saturday ball.
You know, I didn't think it was going to be this much nicer, but wow, that spins so much better. It is crazy. All right, time to put on this plate. I don't think there's a direction. Why would there be a direction? Why would there possibly be a direction? Okay, next up is the fiber gear. That side up. This, I guess you call it like a star washer. There we go. And the lock nut, or lock washer. There we go. And finally the nut.
Shake 'em up, baby, she's the best dancing fool in town. Ma, shake 'em up, baby, she's the best dancing fool in town. Well, she can shake it up right, she can shake it all upside down.
Probably should change the
She can shake it
carbon
like a
contact on the
monkey,
end,
shake it
but
all
I'm not going to.
She can shake it like a monkey shakes on a coconut tree. She can do the pop, pop's real fine with me.
Okay, now it's time to clean up these points a little bit. So I was having a hard time getting the gap set with it on the bike, so I'm going to take this opportunity to get it back together and set the gap when it's really easy to access. So first I need to kind of remove this post and clean up the rust a little bit so I can actually adjust it properly. Of course these aren't the right size wrenches, but they'll work. Alright, let's see if we can take this apart. My fingers were not meant for screws this small. That's what she said.
the rooster calling on his hen. The chicken doesn't like the rooster.
Okay, we've got a bit of rust up here I need to clean off. A little bit of rust on the center shaft screw here, so I'm going to clean that up.
Shake 'em up, baby. Shake 'em up, shake 'em up, baby. Shake 'em up, shake 'em up, baby. Shake 'em up, shake 'em up, baby. Shake
Little
'em up,
cutout aligns with the cutout on the shaft.
shake 'em up, baby. Shake 'em up, shake 'em up, baby. Shake 'em up, shake 'em up, baby. Shake 'em up.
Well, if you got a little mama and you wanna treat her right, be a good little daddy on a Saturday night. But if she starts putting you out of your mind, you better switch over to another line. You got a hot bum, but a good daddy, you better that just ain't right. Well, tell her that you love her and you want her name, and she don't accept, then you're not to blame. If she's a giving her love to some other guy, then you better go and find out the reason why. You got a hot bum, but a good daddy, you better that just ain't right.
Alright, I've been fiddling with points for a little bit here. Make sure that when this is closed, everything lines up so it's nice and straight. And I've got this post as far down as I can, and it's just enough to be 0.015. Maybe you could go up a hair. But there's not a lot of adjustment here. You can go up just a hair. Yeah, that's too much. It's about right there. So I'll tighten it up right there. Okay, everything's nice and tight. 0.015 fits perfectly in there. I definitely need to invest in some Magneto wrenches. Right now I'm using a 15/64 and a 6mm, and I had to grind them down a little bit. And now she's opening 0.105, closing nice and straight. Is this all buttoned up?
Raise up the windows, open up the door, 'cause I'm a bebop and daddy. Hell, a bebop and daddy. I'm a bebop and daddy from Nashville, Tennessee.
I went ahead and took the gear off the generator because I'm not going to be using it for right now, and I think it's a little stiff too, and I don't really want to deal with it, and I don't need it. But you need it for the strap. You still need the profile.
I'm a bebop and daddy from Nashville, Tennessee. Well, throw back the rug on the kitchen floor. Raise up the windows, open up the door, 'cause I'm a bebop and daddy. Well, a bebop and daddy. I'm a bebop and daddy from Nashville, Tennessee. I'm a bebop and daddy from Memphis, Tennessee.
You don't like rock and roll, you little hound dog, you. You ran off and left me, you found someone new. I want a pretty little girl who'll always treat me nice. I want a lot of loving all through the morning, noon, and night. Well, rattle taking mama, I love you too. Rattle taking
mama, I love you true. A rattle taking mama, I love you true. Baby, 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 don't you ever leave me blue. Well, a chicken in the heart that fly up and away. And then my baby leave me, well, that'll be the day. You don't have to spend any sliding, jumping back in the alley. It's all my sister
Okay, final
Jenny,
piece
all
is the
long
generator
tall
strap.
silly. Well, rattle taking mama, I love you true. A rattle taking mama, I love you true. A rattle taking mama, I love you true. Now, baby, 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 don't you ever leave me blue.
Okay, one semi-refurbished Magneto. Spins a lot better than it used to. Alright, I think that's going to cover it for this video. Next one's going to be this going back on the bike and actually getting this thing timed for once. See you next time. Thanks for watching.